Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and germs. Remember that one? Ladies and germs. Ladies and gym rats. Ladies and, I don't know, I guess in these gender neutral times, we just go, hey, human beings. That's what I'm going to say from now on. I'm going to open the show with human beings. People that are exactly the same and equal in every single way. Welcome to the show. My name is Eddie Ift. I don't believe any of that horse shit. I've got a little boy. I've got a little girl. They're different. Neither one's better. They're different. I'm going to stand by that. It's not a construct. Whoever says that, fucking crazy. Anyway, great show. Sound like I'm doing cocaine, don't I? No, I'm not a little under the weather. Just a little snotty. I don't know what it is. I don't know what that is. Do you hear that? It's a little, I don't know what it is. I'll clear that up in a second. You know what I've cleared up is, well, this is weird. I don't know how to present this show to you. This show's an interesting show. My guest is Hunter McIntyre. Probably now, maybe, our number one most often guest. Now, that's not a good thing. But Hunter was on the episode. I picked him up. We had a really rough week last week. A lot of things to get ready for. We had to get ready for the first annual Wadcast Ultra, and where we ran across the Backbone Trail, 68 miles. No big deal. And I had to pick Hunter up at the airport, and he showed up on Klonopin, and I don't know what he was taking, whatever he flew with, whatever drug he took, whatever sleeping pill, and he was. So this is an interesting episode. Very, very interesting. It's patched together. There were some audio issues. We are clearing up all of the audio issues. All you people complaining, they will not exist next week, okay? It's over. The audio issues are done. I don't need to hear it from you. Please don't yell at me. Stop yelling. Stop yelling. As my daughter always says, she says to me when I seem to get a little frustrated and have a little bit of anxiety, my daughter says, smell the flowers, blow out the candle. So if you're having problems with our audio, smell the flowers, blow out the candle. This episode, again, Hunter McIntyre, pretty exciting. It is pre-Wadcast Ultra. So I look, if you went to my Instagram, you know the results. It's over. We did it. So you're going to hear the pre this week, the post next week. Although I don't know who the guest is next week, because I'm traveling to Naples, Florida to work at Off the Hook Comedy Club Thanksgiving week. Yeah, who does that? I do. My wife said, go away. I said, go do the gig. They need you more in Naples than we do here. I think she just doesn't like me eating all her stuffing. That didn't sound, that wasn't supposed to be an innuendo. She just said, go. So I'm in Naples at Off the Hook, Captain Brian's place. Great fun. Really, really fun place. Always gets really big name acts and me. And I love it. I'll be performing there. Hopefully it's hot in Florida. I need some heat. I'm sick of this. I'm going to sit by the pool and relax after what I've done. Come see me down there. Tickets are available at eddieift.com. I got all kinds of shows coming up. This is like a crazy. So when I hit my final stretch of the year, I got that. Then next week I'm in Portland at Harvey's Comedy Club. That's Harvey's. It's my favorite. I love those guys up there. Really good club. I'll be there the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th of December at Harvey's. Then I head to Alaska. I'll be at, where am I going to be? I'm working in Wasilla and Anchorage. There's 2 shows, one in Wasilla, one in Anchorage, and possibly one at Alyeska Ski Resort on the 14th. I don't know if that's happening, but get your tickets. Get them now, eddieift.com. 17th of December, I'll be down in, where am I? Lake Norman, North Carolina. So check those shows out. Lots of traveling coming up. Then I take off till I head back after New Year's. I'll be in Sunnyvale, Rooster T. Feathers, the weekend of the 3rd, 4th, 5th of January. Then I head out to Lake Tahoe for the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th of January. That's a lot of good times. And then I'm at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club in Las Vegas. Back in Las Vegas. That's the 13th through the 19th. And then I head to Worcester, Massachusetts for the Woo Ha Ha Comedy Club. Right after that, I'm in Laughs, Boston. Then I head to Vancouver. Then I head to Australia. I'll be in Adelaide and Sydney. So come get your tickets. Come see me. I appreciate all the support. Seeing lots of Wadcast fans come out. That's eddyift.com for all your tickets. Now, also, you want to support this show? Go give to our Patreon, and you get a Myopux and a leopard claw. If you don't know what a Myopux is, let's just say it's a lifesaver. Yesterday, I couldn't walk. Today, I feel amazing. And when I say I couldn't walk, I had what I thought was a horrible ankle sprain and a lateral collateral ligament strain, and then just DOMs all over. I mean, all over. Hips, quads, hamstrings, calves, everywhere that I could have. And I just lay in bed and hooked myself up to my electronic muscle stimulator called the Myopux and just kept pumping my muscles, because every single person I talked to, move. I said, what if I don't move? What if my muscles just move? And they pump the blood. Good. Perfect. Same thing. So that's what I did. I would charge it, just let it go and move my muscles. And then I would, it was just amazing. I feel like it's night and day how I feel. So if you want to get one of these, good way to do it and take care of the show is you donate $5. $5 a month. That's like $1 an episode, maybe $1.25 an episode. And then you get all these free episodes of the show. You support the show. You can say, hey, dude, I support your show. I take care of you. And hopefully you'll get one of these. You'll get a Myopux and a leopard claw, which is a scraper, which I lent mine to someone, so I didn't have it, and I needed to use it. There's so many things on my body now after that run. But anyways, all you got to do is go to patreon.com/wadcast or go to wadcastpodcast.com and you'll see the Patreon. You go there, donate, you can get one of these. Other than that, just come out, see me live, donate, go rate, review, comment on the show or on iTunes, which helps us in the ratings. It really does. Review it nicely. You don't have to be a dick, please. Just be nice. And enjoy the episodes. I love to hear that you like the show and you enjoy it. And I like to hear your feedback. I like to know what you think. Any questions, concerns you have, write to wadcastpodcast@yahoo.com. And I actually read almost every single one of them. So message me. And other than that, I hope you just enjoy this episode because it's a weird one. I'm not going to lie to you. And guess what? I don't even know who's on next week. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wadcast Podcast. I am your host, Eddie Ift. Each and every week, I do this show. Every single week of every single year for the last, I don't know. I haven't been there all the time, but I am here today. And this is an interesting episode. I'm coming to you usually, not always, but usually I'm traveling. So I'm in a different location. Today I'm sort of traveling. I'm doing this episode in my car at the airport because our guest is that kind of person that you can only reach them at this kind of time. And I thought it'd be, so Jerry Seinfeld-esque, comedians in cars getting coffee. This is comedians in cars picking up assholes at the airport who are too cheap to hire an Uber. And that's what this show is right now. I am picking up Hunter McIntyre at the airport. He's coming back from London. And tomorrow we take off on our 68-mile run that your ears are probably bleeding from how much you've heard it. Anyways, long story short, Hunter doesn't even know he's on this episode. I am kind of sabotaging him with this. I'm going to show up, pick him up. He's going to get in the car. I'm going to hand a microphone in his hand. I'm picking him up because we're headed to REI to pick up some supplies for tomorrow. This endeavor was a much, much bigger endeavor than I ever could have foreseen happening. There is a lot of planning that goes into it. A lot of it's a lot of anxiety. Let's just say the least. When I came up with this idea a year ago, oh, that's him calling me. I'll put him on speaker. Yeah. What? Where am I? I'm at the airport. I've been waiting for you. They don't let you park at the airport. You have to do loops.
All right. Well, what part of the airport are you at? Let's go get you.
I'm at American 4 right now. Coming up. Well, then, I'm coming to get you at American 4.
Well, are you on the outside lane or inside lane?
I'm pulling up to American 4. Boy, you are needy.
I'm trying to help you out.
I'll be there in probably 30 seconds. Where are you?
Outside lane or inside lane?
What do you want, outside or inside? You tell me now. Call it.
Inside's probably easier for you.
Okay, I'm going inside. Going inside.
What color car are you in?
I've always been an inside kind of guy.
I like that about you. Are you, I see your car right now.
You want me inside you?
Yeah, I want to be deep.
Okay, where are you?
I want a hot beef injection.
Where are you? I see a whole bunch.
Car.
I don't see you.
Cut into the coast.
Are you running to the car? No, that's an Asian.
Right now.
Where are you?
Pull over right here.
Oh. All right, get in the car. What the hell's happening?
Born and raised in Hong Kong, I'm happy to call Los Angeles my home.
I don't know what's happening.
Thanks for listening to KPCC on NPR.
That's what you took to London? That's what you took to London? Welcome to the Wadcast Podcast. You're on the air.
Dude, I'm so high on Klonopin and wine right now. I can
close the door. Why are you always drunk when you got on my show?
Well, honestly,
you can put your seat back. How was your flight?
It was awesome. It was one of those kind of things where it's like you stay up for the first movie or two because it's 11 hours, and then you just make this move. You're like, I've got 2 Klonopin, and I've got unlimited wine.
How many people do you think on a long haul flight are on drugs?
So many.
I think
there's no possible way on an 11-hour flight that you sleep for 6 or 7 hours.
You listen. Everyone else, when they come on this show, it's fine. As soon as you touch a microphone, it turns into static.
Into static?
Yeah, I'm hearing full static from you.
It's because I got so much electric energy because I ground my feet like Bobby does.
Hold away from the cable.
Okay.
There.
Hello.
Okay, now you're coming in.
Can you hear me?
That mic sucks.
Better?
This is going to be the best episode ever. I'm serious. I think it might be the funniest one ever.
Oh, dude, I'm buzzed.
Are you really?
Wait,
hold it. Let me give you another mic. Try another mic on there. Could be the cord.
Hello.
Try another mic. So I picked up Hunter. He's still got a mullet. I thought you were going to shave that off.
That's a Christmas gift.
It's terrible. It's getting awful. It's getting you look like Brian Bosworth.
Dude.
No, it's the cord. Hold on, we got to switch cords. Hold on. Ernie, you're going to have to fix this in post.
We're still calling you?
Who is? No, ignore. So, shut up. Somebody behind me honking that rental car company that no one ever uses. You know that rental car Sixt? Have you ever heard of that one? It's you get 100 miles. I'll show you. Just give me one end and the other end.
Here's the microphone.
Okay.
Here's the old.
Right, throw the old one in the back. Wait.
Disconnected?
Throw it in the back. So we are headed to REI to pick up some supplies. Hunter's drunk. That's good. It's always good to have. That one goes in there. And he was in London doing family shit, and I haven't run a mile in probably a week. Is that good? I haven't done anything. I've just been resting my body.
Let's do an update. 1, I smell terrible.
Wait, don't even. You're still. I still can't hear a thing. You stink so bad. Hold on. This is terrible. Why? Wait, I'm just gonna switch. Hello. Let me hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Nope.
I can see
Hold
it
on.
in your eyes.
Now try.
La, da, 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 da,
Test. Nothing. I don't even hear me anymore. This is.
For someone who does this as often.
I know. I should do better. Wait. I gave you 2 microphones. Take that one out and put the other one in.
How do you feel about this O2 water? Shoots me straight.
I really, really like it.
Yeah, but you could put sugar in water, and most people are gonna like it.
But that doesn't have sugar. That has erythritol.
Whatever. You can have sweetener.
But it has oxygen in it.
That's such bullshit. Oxygen isn't held within water. Molecules dissipate.
I don't know.
I'm just telling you how things go.
It's the doctor. The guy that makes it's a doctor.
A doctor who's selling you water that doesn't make sense.
What? You wonder why you can't get sponsors.
No, I just am honest to the people.
No. So
If they gave me a $100,000 contract, they're like, drink this water, I'd struggle to be like, why is this better?
okay. So how about let's talk about the sodium in there. Do you need electrolytes for recovery? Well, did you read how much sodium's in there?
There's a fair amount, but you could just do that with table salt.
Okay, well then go do it with table salt, because I'd rather drink a delicious drink that has sodium, potassium, and I think it has magnesium in it also, that has all the electrolytes you need.
Those things are all great. They're all things that I take, but I think the majority of people just keep on reaching to the shelves to get shit that they don't need when they could just probably eat healthy food. Because I know you eat totally.
They can't hear you. They can't hear you. Go ahead, Nelly.
I can see it in your eyes.
There, now we can finally hear you. All right, that's good. No, I don't eat dog shit. I you know what? I'll be honest. During training for running, I have eaten dog shit because I feel like I just want whatever makes me happy. So I eat good, but I eat a lot more carbs than I've ever
Would you
eaten.
say you're fatter than you were before?
Yeah,
You are?
I'm fatter running all this than I am.
It's because you're losing muscle mass.
Yeah, it's catabolic. I don't know how you ever kept any weight on running this much.
BCAAs, dude.
Really?
It's 100% the way to go. That's the one big thing that like most people don't understand is you need to have like just constantly have nutrients going into your body while doing all this kind of training. And then they try to get 4 square meals a day, and typically it doesn't have the nutrients ratios that you need, but BCAAs help a lot.
Okay, so what's the difference between BCAAs and perfect aminos? Why would you take BCAAs over
Perfect aminos?
Yeah, like amino acids, like the ones that have. There's a difference between branch chain amino acids and amino acids.
Well, BCAAs is just like the essential amino acids that you're putting inside of your body. It's just like a trifecta of them. You can separate them. You can do independents like glutamine and things like that aren't part of it. You want to go left here?
You left here?
Yeah, I always go left here. Jump the monkey.
So I feel like everyone I've talked to tells me something different. And I've talked to some of the best, like, performers in the world, and they'll go, "Oh yeah, I should take you should take BCAAs," and the next one's like, "No, you got to take amino acids."
I typically just do exactly what Olympians do.
Isn't it all theoretical, though, at the end of the day?
It is, because there's so many studies that contradict each other, but at the same time, and if a world champion or Olympian does it and they have success doing it, that's probably what you should do. Most doctors, like, do you know Dr. Wheel, the guy who's like the super famous nutritionist? He's fat. He looks like Winnie the Pooh with a beard.
Well, to be a good coach, you don't have to follow. Like, you look at an NFL football coach, none of them look like they could go out there and play the game. That doesn't mean they're not the greatest coach.
No, but when you're going to people for nutrition and exercise science, not necessarily coaching like a game like volleyball.
But sometimes people have figured out what works for them.
I think it's independent. People can be vegan, they can eat meats, they can do BCAAs, whatever.
Would you
typically have the body where I can just eat whatever the fuck I want and I get away with it?
No, yeah, you eat pretty healthy.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. Do you eat ice cream all day long?
I spent the whole week drinking drinking beer, eating fish and chips, and eating ice cream.
Well, you were in England, and that's why those people look like that.
Actually, they weren't that fat.
Talk into the mic, into the top.
Into the microphone.
Yeah, they do look pretty bad over there, especially Scotland.
I can see it in your eyes.
Did you climb up Arthur's Seat?
Yes, I did.
Pretty cool, huh?
Badass.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I wish they had something like that right outside of New York City because that would be amazing.
Oh man, it's so amazing. You go up in the top of that. How long did it take you to get up there? It's like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, I mean my brother was with me, so it probably took a good 15, 20. But
you got to talk into the. Give me that.
Hey,
this one's better. Talk into that one. You don't deserve this microphone.
It took about 15 to 20 minutes. I got some pretty funny pictures of my brother and I doing it. It was like 20 degrees when we were at the top.
Yeah, it's freezing.
Fucked.
It's I've done it a bunch. I would live in Scotland for a month during August and do the Edinburgh Comedy Festival, and when I would do it, that's the only thing I did healthy the whole time I'd be there because I drink all night long.
It's a fucking great city.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful city. If you ever go to the UK, it's probably the best city to go to.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
We were like all chiming in about London, and I was like, bullshit.
The castle's amazing. It's a really cool city. Edinburgh, and then if you go north of Scotland, up into the Highlands, where
that's where I'm from.
William Wallace is from. Yeah, that's some pretty cool shit. Inverness, is it Inverness up there?
I'm straight up Viking.
Yeah, so shout out to all the people that listen to this show from Scotland. I don't know how many, but I know we have listeners there. So when you go on a race like this, you've done 24-hour races.
Totally.
What kind of supplements will you do on the race?
Be
honest.
I'll probably start out with food and supplements second. So food, I'll probably have like a hot sandwich in the morning, then a burrito at lunch, and I'll do probably around like supper, like maybe some soup, and then because it's gonna start to get cold again, and then dinner time I'm gonna have like a fucking just a steak or something ridiculous
while you're on the run.
Yeah, man, you have to understand, you don't eat it all at once. You just, have half a sandwich and then put it in your bag and keep on going. And then amongst all that, you're going to probably want to have sweet, sour, crunchy, chewy, all different kinds of things so you don't get palate exhaustion just to keep you going.
So you eat a ton of shit.
Yeah, but it's not like you're just, it's not like a buffet. It's just, at random times. Let's say, 30 minutes into the run, I'm just going to start chewing bubble gum. And then about another 45 minutes from there, I'm going to have a sip of Gatorade, and then for 45 minutes from there I'm going to have one of those honey waffle combs, and then another 45 minutes from there I'm going to do something else. You're trying to take down about 200 to 400 calories an hour.
Right. And then at the aid stations, chow down? Or
yeah, you want a hammer. Pizza's great.
I don't know if we have pizza. I know we have peanut butter and jelly. We've got In-N-Out burger. We've got burritos.
That's all good.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Now, I had a question for you not about supplementation. Oh, today I was at Sun Organics, and I'm having my smoothie that after I drop my daughter off at school, I head over to Sun Organics, me and the moms. My wife, my wife's dumb. She has me drive the kids or my daughter to school, and she doesn't realize that all the mothers are really hot from my school, and so they're all trophy moms. And I'm like, what are you doing? So me and the moms
go get the smoothies.
No, and I'm just joking. Really.
That's why I used to go to Sun Life when I first moved there. It was just the only place to meet cool people and hot people.
Well, I'm sitting there and I look at this guy and I'm like, I know that dude, and he's sitting right across from me at that big table. I'm like, that's Mark Burnett. So I go, Mark, and I'm like, wait, how am I gonna talk to this guy? The producer of Survivor and the Eco Challenge and The Apprentice and many, many other shows. And dumb me, I look at him and I go, hey, Timmy Beggy. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, he's a good friend of mine. And I'm like, what? That was a terrible opener. And Timmy Beggy was a buddy of mine that was on Road Rules that did the Eco Challenge. And I wanted to talk to him about the Eco Challenge because they brought it back. And they just did it in Fiji. So we talked for a little bit. I told him we're doing the Backbone Run, and I go, the Backbone Trail. I said, do you know Hunter McIntyre? And he rolled his eyes.
What a fucking dick.
He goes, I know Hunter. How do you know Mark Burnett?
Well, it's because we work out in the gym all the time, and he's like, you know, the old watch, and I'm the new watch. Like,
Was he pretty good?
I don't know, man. I'm not going to pass judgment on something I don't fully have the information on, but I'm assuming a lot of these really rich people, they're fit, but they end up getting studs like me to like carry the packs and push the bikes and stuff like that, and then they get like a really good engineer who knows how to build the equipment and guide people through. But
Yeah.
he's certainly done a ton of fucking gnarly stuff, so he's tough. Like, he's done it all.
But he was doing it before. I read his book, and he was selling T-shirts on the Venice Boardwalk. I mean, he came from nothing. He was an Aussie guy. He came over here to be a nanny after he was I believe he was in the military, and he was selling T-shirts on the Venice Beach Boardwalk,
he's a fucking beast.
and then became a nanny to somebody with
All the monies.
with some juice. I think somebody like up in Malibu, and then he totally put together the Eco Challenge because they had done the Raid Gouaz, the French one, and I think he might have done it or seen it or something, because I'm not sure if he was a Special Forces guy or what his story was, but he was like, yeah, we should do that. So he put together the Eco Challenge. It was funny. I told him, I said, 25 years ago I called you on the phone, and I wanted to do the Eco Challenge, and he wasn't impressed at all. I said, I got you on the phone. It was funny. Like, that's how small his operation was, that I called, and that's who
He
I
was
talked
impressed
to.
by you?
He was not impressed by me at all.
You're like, I'm a deadbeat comedian.
I tried everything. I'm a stay-at-home deadbeat dad. I travel all over all the hot spots.
Yeah, that guy and I have been in the same bubble for a long time, and I'm surprised we haven't worked together. Because literally, like, every single time I come into the gym, everybody talks about how Hunter crushed this championship and done this television show. And I'm like, oh, hey, Mark, how are you? And he just is like, hi. Doesn't give me the time of day.
He has a very soft voice.
Well, you know what? Soft-spoken man with thunder between his thighs. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, he was in tights today.
He's a big swinging dick, dude. He's kicking ass.
And it rained pretty bad today.
He's
Put
a-
the mic up to your mouth so that I can hear you.
Hello!
Okay, that was too much. It rained today, and there was a rainbow over the whole mountain where we're going to be running.
You think it's going to be trashed in the trails?
What do you mean?
Or was it dumping a lot of rain, or was it drizzling?
It poured. It poured. I'll show you a video. Like, I had windshield wipers on full speed and had to, like, slow down. But I walked up on part of the trail, and I was like, I went up a couple hundred feet up the elevator.
It's okay, but it's not great.
It's nice because it packs it down.
Yes and no.
So, did you train in London at all?
Not really, man. I just took the time off. I just need to stop exercising. I don't even really give a shit about the Open, and I just like wanted to take a break.
How did you finish in the Open?
I haven't looked.
That bad?
No, I'm assuming between 500 and 800th place.
Okay.
Yeah.
There were some pretty... my Greek god was up there first for a little bit.
Theodopoulos?
Theodopoulos, the Greek
Dude, I
god.
think he finished two positions behind me at the CrossFit Games. A lot of those guys are just fakes.
Not just fakes. I think a lot of the people getting popped for PEDs are national champions.
I feel like nobody gives a fuck about how many people keep on getting popped for this sport. It's ridiculous.
Because there's half the people that say everyone's using it, and then when I talk to my friends that are top-level games athlete, they say it would be so hard and no one does it.
It's not hard at all.
I think everyone's doing them, and I think nobody wants to admit it.
Is this Steve Austin right here?
Is that what he drives?
Yeah.
He drives a Bronco like OJ?
Yeah.
I love a white Ford Bronco. You know,
Dude, he lives right around here.
You know they're bringing the Bronco back.
Yeah, but it looks stupid.
I think it looks good. They're bringing the Defender back, too. The Defender looks like shit. They just released the 90 and the 110. The 110 looks
Defender.
okay. The 90 looks terrible.
Oh, you're talking about the Defender for Range Rover?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd suck.
Yeah, after... they haven't made one since 97 in America.
The G-Wagon makes it look cool. It's like kind of old, kind of badass.
Have you ever gotten in a G-Wagon, though?
Oh, yeah.
They're terrible. They look like Jeeps inside.
I like it.
I mean, you might as well buy a Wrangler then.
Yeah, but you got that V12 twin turbo engine.
I just met a dude who has a Raptor and had a Lamborghini engine in the Raptor.
We both know those cars are pieces of shit.
We're going to piss off. There's probably a lot of guys that listen to the show that own Raptors. But I did read this. They said that a Raptor will get you anywhere you need to go, and a 4Runner will bring you back.
Did I just tell you that I got in a little fender bender with my Toyota Tundra, and it's in the shop with no work done to it for 2 weeks?
And how much is it going to cost?
Well, insurance is covering it, but that's the biggest fucking problem. These insurance companies are such dicks. They just keep on coming in and having more and more people look at it and then tell you whether or not they're willing to buy those parts for you and then whether or not they're willing to have that shop work on it for you.
It just gives everyone a job. The thing about an economy, they always talk about growing an economy. Grow an economy. Let's grow the economy. More jobs. Keep people working. Buy more shit. The biggest way to grow an economy is to have more people. So as your population grows, your economy grows. And to me, it's just all a bunch of fucking waste. It's just too much money, too much spending.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I'm pissed, and I'm firing State Farm, so suck it. State Farm.
Well, our insurance agent was supposed to come with us on the run, and he chickened out.
You talking about the fat one that almost died?
Yeah, he was having a hard time. He literally walked down Castro Peak Motorway going, ow, oh, ow, ow, oh, ow.
I feel like that's going to be the whole lot of you guys.
I can't hear you unless you're
I'm gonna probably sprint most sections and then...
Run back to us?
No, I'm going to sit down and have a sandwich.
Okay, and then wait for us.
I want to get the first section done pretty quickly, and then we can walk all of Sandstone Peak and all of Castro Peak, and then we start hammering again.
Yeah. Well, somebody's going to have to keep the pace.
I'll do it.
And like, it's got to be military-like. But you have to take account of everybody in the group. I think I don't know if I'll be the weakest link. I could be. I don't think so.
Marco's tough. Herber's super tough. Lou's super tough. Jason's strong.
What are these guys? Are these guys all Spartan racers?
Each one of them I've known has done an ultra marathon at least once.
Oh. So that's why none of them get back to me. As I'm like trying to put this thing together, they're all like, yeah, we got it. Like, they're going out. These guys don't prepare for this kind of shit, do they? Or did they train for it? Or?
I mean, they all did workouts.
But this is nothing to them.
No.
Nothing.
It's not much. Not much.
This is so easy for them.
Yeah, piece of cake.
What are their expectations? What are they trying to get out of it besides not raise any money for the charity?
I think most people want to finish between 16 to 18 hours.
Yeah.
Most people want to finish between 16 to 18.
So no one's like, hey, I want to break 11 and I want to be the world record.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I think all of us could do better times if we really, really hustled, but we want to get it done 16 to 18 hours, and then we're just going to start caning people's legs if they start slowing down.
So I've been reading Born to Run, and or listening to it on tape. It's
Terrible book.
a fucking great book. Why would you not like that book?
Go ahead.
So anyways, Born to Run says that the secret to an ultra is to start out slow. Because, once you get through a certain portion of it and you feel good, you can always just keep picking up. And I was just having this discussion with a swimmer. I worked with a swimmer this week, a guy who's a fan of yours who his girlfriend was a national champion, and he knows tons about swimming. He was telling me, if you look at Michael Phelps would... It's like an endurance event. He's doing so many events. We're driving by Deuce right there. What's going on, Deuce? He would do so many events during the week that he
Why don't you podcast there anymore?
Because I'm up in Malibu, and it's too far for me to go. I don't have to go because Scott and Armin aren't there. But Michael Phelps would get stronger and stronger throughout the week. By the end of, he was... And a lot of guys don't have that endurance. It's the same with Fraser, Froning type thing. Those guys... are endurance athletes because they get stronger throughout the days where everybody else falls apart, or throughout the days of the competition. Where
I agree.
Yeah, so I mean, because you look at it, going into the last day, they're always behind, and everybody's always thinking oh, Fraser's not going to win, or Froning's not going to win, and then they take it in those last days because, they just are able to recover better. They're just a better endurance athlete, and that's what Hinshaw said about them both. And so I think going into this, if you start out and you just feel good halfway through, then you can always just keep picking up the pace. You don't want to blow out, though, like I always do. So I don't want to, like 3, 2, 1, go.
You guys are fighting your own fight.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. I think we're going to end up going much slower just because of the dark in the beginning, but as soon as the sun rises, we need to get as much work done as possible, and then we're going to end up walking in the end anyways.
Yeah. Baby Hunter, there's 2 hunters coming with us. A Baby Hunter.
Baby H.
Told me that he went and did the final 18 miles, and it was worse than the rest combined because it's all downhill. People don't realize going downhill hurts your knees so badly.
I always get lost in the last section, to be honest.
That is the worst place to get lost.
It's so confusing. There's
back there.
No one's done brush control, so what you're looking at is dog shit. There's nothing.
The good thing Hunter's done it, so he knows the trail. So we'll have him be our navigator.
I doubt I'll do shit.
When this is over, what do you start training for?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll train for High Rocks, and I'll do a couple of the Spartan Race Championships in January and February. And then...
What are the paydays on a High Rocks?
It's kind of dog shit, to be honest, dude. It's $2,500.
That's not bad.
No, it's not.
If you can win it, can you guaranteed win it, or is there someone that can...
Oh, no, I guarantee win it.
Every time?
Yeah, but it's just... It's. I'm not trying to complain. I'm just being realistic. Let's say it's $600 to $700 minimum to get a flight there.
Yeah.
Hotels... $150 to $250 a night. 3 nights.
What airline are you flying on? I get cheaper flights than that. Mike in your mouth.
I go American Airlines always.
So do I, and so that you can get the upgrades.
Okay, so let's say $500 then.
Okay, $500 is a good
hotel.
number.
$150 to $250 a night.
See, this is the difference. They pay me to go where I go.
Yeah, I get it. But this company, like most companies, pay for me to do it. This company is being very lean on their budget. So, which I understand. I'm like, quit feeding like hungry children. Like, you just don't need a bunch of broke athletes taking money out of your pockets.
I just realized that after we got REI, I'm taking you up that giant mountain.
Yeah, dude, it's what friends are for.
Jeez, this is like...
I helped put together almost 90% of this run. All you've done is just put up pins on your Instagram, like, donate to firefighters who are not going to help us with this run.
Yeah, they aren't going to help us, are they?
No, they're not.
Who comes to get us if something happens?
Not the fire department.
Who comes?
I know a couple park rangers that will take care of us.
We should put a call in and let them know we're going.
Well, I'll call. And then probably all the women who are going to be, like, being our backups are going to help.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Martina Paradiso says she's helping out. My wife, we have Little Hunter's wife, and...
Sweet J.
Yeah, the listeners will like that. Jen Wiederstrom, look, this girl's looking at us while we're recording, and Hunter's schmoozing her.
She just kept on staring me down.
I think she wants some. So, yeah, Jen Wiederstrom, who, if you remember, it was one of the funniest episodes ever where we butted heads. She's now my best friend. I think we're really close.
It just takes a while to kind of let people to grow on you.
Yeah. I grow on people kind of like a herpy.
Yeah,
I'm like that.
Tight little herp.
At first, it hurts. It's inflamed. It's scratchy. But after a while, I'm more like.
You've got experience with this.
I'm more like an HPV. I'm like a wart.
It's there.
It's there. It's cute. It's gnarly. You can scratch it. If you scratch it too hard, it bleeds.
HPV looks like that?
I don't know. I've never gotten one. Apparently, we all have it.
Dr.
Drew.
I'm okay with that.
Dr. Drew says we all have it. I have done Loveline enough that he's like, so apparently they can't test for men, but I think the statistic was like 1/3 or 2/3 of all women when I was in Australia have it. And it's like, if that many girls have it, then the only ones that don't are virgins. So that thing's being passed around like crazy. There's probably, I don't know if we have a lot of female. I'd love to know the makeup of our listeners, if it's what percentage is women, but I'm sure there's a lot of women out there that know they have the HPV and they've had a cyst or something, an ovarian cyst that was caused by it. That's the pretty fucked up part. If you get a cyst.
Dude, I'm so fucked.
Why?
After that car accident, my truck has not gotten any work done to it, and they're assuming it's going to be another 2 to 3 weeks, and I just found out the tires I had shipped out for my Subaru got shipped to the wrong fucking place.
Wow, tough life. Look at this girl over here. We're in hot girl land.
It's Santa Monica, buddy.
Yeah, Santa Monica.
World of broken dreams.
So, so if you guys want to donate, you can still go to my website, eddyif.com.
What's your...
All the money, every single red cent goes to, in fact, we're dishing out of our own pockets to pay for supplies and stuff, but all the money goes to the Fallen Firefighters Foundation, which is a pretty nice thing.
What's going to be your gear list?
What's that?
Your gear list, what are you going to get?
I'm running barefoot.
No, come on.
I read that book, and now I want to run barefoot.
Yeah, it's going to be helpful.
I think if Ronnie Teasdale came with us, I think he would do it barefoot.
He's just going to take his butthole and sunshine it for a while.
I want to try that.
I don't know how that helps at all.
I don't know, but next time...
It doesn't make any sense. Like, how would getting sun exposure on your butthole change anything?
I think that what happens is your butthole is probably nice and, it just needs aired out. Like, you need to, throw your legs...
Take a shower.
Yeah, I mean, you could take a shower. Apparently, you're not supposed to soap up your butthole that much. Did you know that?
I mean, I just finger. I go like this. I do the rub.
You're not supposed to, because there's oils in that keep it keep it lubricated.
You need that oily ass.
Yeah, and if you clean your butthole out, especially,
I guarantee Ronnie's butthole is one of the nastier buttholes you've ever seen. I guarantee it. Have you seen his face and his hair?
Yeah, he does it. He's got some nice hair.
His butt bush is insane.
You think he's got a butt bush?
For sure he does. Unless he has some of these creepy chicks that he hangs out with, use crystals to scrape out the hair.
You know what? You got to keep the butt bush, though, because that's what keeps you from chafing. I one time shaved, every hair on my body, and the next thing I know, I had all kinds of fucking chafing.
That's the first thing I do tonight, is I'm going to go home, and I'm going to put on some soft rock, maybe yacht rock, and I'm going to shave my man bush, because I don't want any of that kind of shit.
We don't need to get pulled over in Santa Monica, because Scott is...
Scott Magoo?
Scott McGee. I lost my privileges in Santa Monica.
He doesn't give you any favor.
Didn't you hear about what happened?
No.
So I got pulled over for talking on my cell phone in Santa Monica. And then I told the cop that I did a podcast with Scott McGee, and this is after Scott and I stopped doing the podcast. Then I forgot to call Scott and tell him that it happened. And so I get a call from Scott 3 weeks later, a text saying, hey, it's common courtesy, which he's right. It's common courtesy that when you drop someone's name to get out of a ticket, that you, or try to get out of a ticket, that you call them and let them know. And he said, so your privileges are revoked, meaning and then I talked to him, and I think we're good now. I apologized for being an asshole. But I don't know. I think if Scott saw me right now, he'd handcuff me for fun if I was doing something illegal. He would really enjoy handcuffing me, probably. And I would get turned on by that. Is REI down here on the left?
Yeah, it should be right next one.
Okay.
It's on third. It's on third. Go straight.
Oh, shit.
Well, you can park right up in here. Any of these things.
We'll go in one of these. We'll take a little break from the show, and we will be back.
I can see it in your eyes.
We'll be back with some more singing. This is a really interesting episode, I think. You're getting in the day in life of us two idiots. One, just walk in front of me. One drunk and one. Oh, I just think I hit something. All right, see you after. Hey, you may remember a few weeks ago I discovered Everly Well, the amazing at-home wellness test that helps you better understand your health. Well, I've received my Everly Well at-home lab test and tested myself for to check out what's wrong with me. And we all know there's a lot. I was like, hey, can they find out what my mental issues are? And I got the results back. And they weren't able to tell me my mental issues, but they were able to tell me a lot more about my health. Incredible amounts. Everly Well has given me just a positive new outlook on my health. Finally, I have information I can use, okay? They offer, that's Everly Well, they offer more than 30 different at-home lab tests from fertility to food sensitivity to thyroid and heart health. My dad just had a little heart thing. Would have been good to know that before this. Could have taken this test. Friends have had some little issues lately. You gotta maintain your health, and you gotta be proactive, and this is the best way to do it. Each and every Everly Well test comes with super easy to follow instructions. Every test is physician reviewed. You do the test yourself. You send it in. Shipping's free. Your results come from certified labs. They're sent directly to your mobile device so you can easily view and share them with your healthcare provider. And your results are personalized and easy to understand so you know exactly what they mean for you. This can change your life. You find out that you're low and you're deficient in something. You can change your diet. You find out all kinds of things. If you're inflammatory, whatever you need, you can make life changes because you see right there. And do what I did. Check it out. Everly Well today. For 15% off an Everly Well at-home lab test, visit everlywell.com/wadcast and enter the code WADCAST. That's Everly, Everly, well, WELL.com/WADCAST. Enter the code WADCAST. That's everlywell.com/WADCAST. Code WADCAST for 15% off your test. Everly Well, at-home lab test. Your answer, your way. Hey, are you worried about getting someone you know a Christmas present and you don't know what they want? Well, if they CrossFit, I've got the perfect gift for them. It's your monthly fitness needs delivered to you, and it's called the Gains Box. That's right. You go to thegainsbox.com. That's GAINZ box.com. The Gains Box. You're going to select a plan. You're going to fill out your athlete profile. And it's got easy gift options and an easy cancellation. You know, some people make it hard to cancel. These guys make it so easy because they're honest. And they know you're probably not going to cancel because you think it's pretty awesome. And then you're going to get the best fitness brands in one package. You get a box. You open it up. It's got a mix of apparel, gear, supplements, and snacks. It's worth double the cost, and you never pay full price again, okay? So you're going to get this stuff, and you'll be like, oh, my gosh, this is amazing. I can't believe how cheap I just got all this. And it's all customized by your size and your gender. We're talking gender again. So you just put in, hey, I'm a female. I'm a this size. Hey, I'm a male. I'm a, like me, medium for muscular. M from, I just gave it away. I'm not really a medium. I'm muscular, really muscular. And then they're going to send you a mix of mostly full-size products, a little bit of samples. And the guys that do this, that put this all together, they're experts. They're experts in the fitness field, so they know what you're going to like or what the person you're buying for, if they're into fitness, they get them the best stuff. And I have gotten the Gains Box, and I love it. It's like, you know, it's cool to get gifts because you usually get stuff that you might not normally buy yourself, but then when you get it, you're like, this is the best thing I've ever gotten. I forget the name of the bands that I'm using that I got from there, but I use them to do monster walks now a lot. And a supplement that I totally switched to, a protein powder that I really like. And all you got to do is go to, again, thegainsbox.com, thegainsbox, G-A-I-N-Z box.com, and buy your first box, and they're going to get you're going to get a second special bonus box free, which is valued at $70. $70, a free box. The code is WADCAST. That's thegainsbox.com, and I believe it's WADCAST when you check out. Hey, everybody. One thing we can all agree on is that we need to have a conversation about guns in America. We have a conversation, but it's not really a conversation. Everybody just makes accusations on both sides. Both sides. Everybody's just shouting. Nobody's listening. Well, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to a new podcast called The Gun Industry Speaks. It's a new podcast from the National Shooting Sports Foundation, and it's going to help inform you about what's going on. It's a pretty frank discussion that addresses some of the major concerns Americans have about guns, and it fills in some of the gaps where there's been a lack of good information. It's basically a podcast that's meant to show that we can enhance public safety and protect Americans' rights simultaneously. See, people think it's it's one or the other when it can be both. And I really do believe that. I believe that we are a country of moderates. We're not extremists, and we need to stop listening to the extremists. And we need to come together and come to the middle and find consensus and compromise. That's what this country was started out to do. And somehow, thanks to the media and what's going on right now, everyone's become polarized. We need to come back. And this is the way we do it, by discussing, by listening, by hearing people speak for a long time. And the NSSF, I hate saying that. That's so hard to say. The NSSF, the National Shooting Sports Foundation, has done a lot of great things. They have Project Child Safe Initiative, which for 20 years has been promoting responsible firearm storage. And they've provided millions of free gun locks to help prevent firearm accidents involving young children. You know, that's one of the biggest concerns is, like, if you have a gun in your house that, you know, it's accessible to children. Well, lock them up, people. There's a way. There's safes. There's fingerprinting. There's all kinds of stuff. There's so many things we can do. The guns aren't going away. I know a lot of you liberals out there think they are. And, hey, in a chimerical world they would be. But they're not. They're not. And people enjoy their guns, and they should be able to. It's a free society. But they need to be safer. So listen to these guys talk about it, because the debate about it has been too extreme. And it's time to focus on what's done and what can be done, and solutions to protect lives and also protect people's rights. So check out this podcast. It's really, really interesting. There's so much information that needs to be known. And this is one of the best places to get it, because it's coming. It's not a one-sided thing. This is not the gun people trying. This is gun people trying to make guns safer. It's not people just going, you're going to want to get my guns. You're going to have to come to my house and take them out of my cold, dead hands. It's them saying, hey, we need to make this a safer place and make guns really safe. So let's all work together. So I can't recommend a podcast more. You want to hear more? You got to go listen to The Gun Industry Speaks at nssfrealsolutions.org/podcasts. So that's, if you Google The Gun Industry Speaks, you'll probably find it, but it's at nssfrealsolutions.org/podcasts. But I would probably just go to Google and type in The Gun Industry Speaks podcast. All right? Listen to it. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you liked it. All right.
Fuck, dude.
Hey, so we're that's what Whole Foods does. We are back. We just went into REI, and when I walked in, they looked at me and they were like, "You look like a runner," and then they called Hunter fat.
Dude, literally, people were looking at me in the stores like, "Hey, man, you look familiar. Like, it's really nice you walk around with that charitable person with Down syndrome."
There are people that listen to this show, and they might have a kid that has issues.
My girlfriend always says that she feels like she's spending time with somebody like that.
This is the worst.
I'm over this. I'm over this
interview.
No, this recording. The way I record from now on, I got to get a new whole sound system. This is Ernie. You need to come back into my life. It's just static. Okay.
You want to start it over again?
No. Okay, start over. So we went into Whole Foods, and they looked at Hunter, and they were like, "You're retarded."
We didn't even go to Whole Foods. We went to REI.
REI.
You're just bad at doing podcasts.
I am bad at doing podcasts. After
I'm surprised you actually get paid money for this shit.
I've run out of things to talk about, and so it requires me to have good guests for a good podcast.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I listened to one of you and Tommy talking.
Yeah.
It's just like two old men confused about the world.
We trashed you, didn't we? That's why you're mad.
No, I didn't hear you guys talk about me at all. I fell asleep because I was so bored.
Yeah, we trashed you.
That's nice.
We trashed you a lot. I mean, you and Zach.
Seeing how you guys have accomplished so much in your lives in comparison to me.
I think Tommy's done more than you.
In what way?
He played on the national the Fiesta Bowl championship team. Okay, you know what? I can't even do this show. Not with the static. It's just not happening. You know what? I think it's you.
Dude, I've done nothing. Literally nothing.
This here.
This is your job.
I know. I'm mad at myself right now. I'm mad at myself right now for all this static. People listening are turning it off. Okay, we're back. Welcome to the Wadcast podcast. We were in REI.
Kempson, you're getting recorded on the Wadcast podcast. Big bango, boop.
Is Kempson coming with us?
That's right. I'm just checking in on my boy, making sure that he's going to survive the day tomorrow.
Yep.
I'm a little concerned about your safety and the well-being of you and your crew.
Well, he's got knee surgery tomorrow. Kempson has knee surgery tomorrow.
Kempson, I love that you're worried about Hunter and he does this for a living. What about me?
You shouldn't be worried about him and yourself.
This is not a smart thing, is it?
I'm a full-body, brawny man. I'm made of all muscle and sharp angles. I'm basically meant to be on the covers of magazines that represent manly men and manly tasks.
I want you at about mile 45 tomorrow to just keep telling yourself that.
I'm going to be in the nude at that point.
Who is Kempson?
Kempson's my roommate from Boulder. He and I have been living together on and off for about 4 years. He's a really talented obstacle course racing athlete. And
That's good.
So Kempson, because Hunter never answers a question properly, on a scale of 1 to 10 in difficulty, 10 being like idiotic, what is this that we're doing?
What is that?
Yeah.
Like 2.5?
Oh, it's not that bad?
No.
Oh, okay.
yeah, 70 miles while hiking with your friends is not bad.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody
You
who's
just-
got a pair of balls
You just took
We'll
all
just-
my fear away.
will just tell you how it is.
I like
But
Kempson.
they don't listen to anything I have to say, Kempson, because they're like, you run Spartan races, you don't know how hard it is.
This is going to be the best episode ever.
No, we run like, do you tell them the races we've been doing are like 2 miles, like, through like a stadium, or like in someone's backyard?
Yeah. The Russell Tussle.
Yeah.
Like that Tahoe event we did back in September was 10x harder than this.
What was the Tahoe event?
We did a half marathon with 35 obstacles in Tahoe in the freezing cold. And then the next day, or later on that afternoon, we did 4 CrossFit workouts that are like full-blown high intensity.
No,
so collectively about 8 hours of exercise, like hard exercise.
I think this is
Not
going to
walking.
be harder. We're not going to be walking.
You're going to be fucking walking.
I'm going to be running full speed. I'm going to be doing Tabatos.
What are you doing, Hamburglar?
Okay,
The Tabata runs?
What are you going to do with your last night of freedom since you got those knees? Are you just going to get down on... Are you going to bend the knee?
Absolutely not. I'm making a bunch of food right now, but I got a date in the morning.
You got a
Pre-op
date? You have a date before surgery?
Yep.
Is it number 6?
Nope.
Is she cute?
Super fucking cute, dude. I'm really excited about this.
Is she thick like a Swiss Miss?
Dude, she's super fucking fit.
She's fit or thick?
Fit, but like not skinny fit.
Oh, we're talking about basically like a manatee with a decent haircut. Oh,
Pretty darn excited, dude.
I like it a lot. I want to see pictures.
Kempson, it's 5:16. It's dark here. It's going to be dark pretty much the whole time we do
It's gonna
this.
suck so many dicks running across this mountain in the freezing cold in the dark.
What time are you leaving at?
We leave at 1 a.m. tomorrow night, basically. So, like, starting at midnight, we leave at 1 a.m. We're basically going to be out the door by 11:45. Get there, bags packed, charging hard at 1.
So you're just gonna like sleep all day today?
That's what I plan on doing.
Well, tomorrow I have to get all this fucked up shit going on. Everybody lands on airplanes and stuff, and Then I'm going to try to, like, rest a lot.
Who has to fly in?
Jen's coming in. Tommy's coming in. Couple people.
Tommy Hack.
Tommy Hack.
He's going to do it?
Oh, yeah. The ham slam.
Wow.
Oh. What's up?
Make sure you charge your phone so we can FaceTime.
Oh, yeah. I'll charge it all
I'm
night
sure
long.
Hunter will be on FaceTime the entire
night
time.
long.
He'll be
All night.
Instagram storying. He'll be tweeting. He'll be talking to his parents about his issues.
Sweet. Yeah, seriously, I'm going to need you to send some really good vibes. Because this is the most exciting event about a date in a long, maybe ever.
I love that you're getting surgery on
where'd
your
you
knee
meet
tomorrow,
this
but
girl?
You care more about your
that
date.
dude, Chris Woolley that came out?
Chris hooked you up with a chick? Your headlights aren't on, dude.
Yeah, he like, before he came out
Yeah, they are.
to Boulder, he's like, yeah, Nate, I was in Denver for the day visiting my friend. And he like started talking about her, and I was like, hold on, this sounds like the kind of girl I need to meet. And he just like basically told her about me, and we connected, and then we set this up.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
tell her to listen to the tell her to listen to the Wadcast podcast, and she can hear you on it because Hunter has you up to the microphone, so she'll get to hear herself on the podcast.
You know the best way to get healed knee surgery is to get tons of blood restriction down below the belly button. And what I would do is I'd put a tourniquet just above your boner.
It's called a cock ring.
And it's going to force blood down into your knee, and it's going to help enthuse the recovery.
Yeah, but I know a guy who kept one on so long.
It's going to help recovery more than chasing after a woman and being excited about
Well,
her.
now we got Jen calling in. We're going to take Jen. Jen's the next caller.
Hi, Jen Wiederstrom. How are you?
Jen, you're now the third guest on the Wadcast podcast. People keep on calling in as we're recording.
Woohoo! Third place. I feel great.
Yeah.
Do I get a prize?
Yeah, you do get a prize. We've got a ton of graham crackers and purple-colored themes things, because Jen and I's team's the Purple Parrots. Eddie's team, Eddie and his wife have not put any kind of spunk into this adventure, and I'm pretty sure that's why they're going to fall apart, and we're going to reign superior.
Jen, you
Inspiration. I mean, even that's what we've been, brought together for. It's okay.
Yeah.
Jen, at what point do you think you've been dating a guy that's developmentally delayed in his brain?
She used to say that when we first started dating.
You are. You definitely have ADHD.
You know what? Here's the thing, Eddie. Normal sucks. And Hunter is not normal.
Yeah.
Right? He
Yep.
is wildly different, and
Yeah, but
I don't know if he's delayed.
neither was Ted Bundy. He wasn't normal either.
Listen, she was going on a speech about how fabulous I was until you interrupted.
Well, that's why I interrupted. I don't want anything good said about you on this show.
I don't want to interrupt the flow, but this sounds like a terrific podcast, and I can't wait to listen.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to be back at the ranch probably within 60 minutes. You can be around?
Maybe.
It's a busy girl.
What a tragedy. All right. Wish me luck. I'm setting us up.
Bye, Jen. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you tomorrow. Thanks for coming for me. That was Jen's third performance on the Wadcast podcast. She was on once before with Nitro from the American Gladiators.
Yeah.
And Nitro and Armin and Scott worked out together. And then the infamous episode where she was on with me. Who would ever thought that she and I would end up becoming so chummy? Thanks to Hunter. I better get some sleep tonight. I didn't sleep last night or the night before or the night before that because I was in Las Vegas. Next week, I will be in Naples, Florida. And I used to go to CrossFit Naples. There was a guy down there that was like an awesome, awesome athlete. And I believe he was like a SWAT team guy. And I forget his name. But this is like years ago. This guy could have, I don't know if he was games level. I think he was regional level. But for a while, he had the gym like on his parents' property. It was awesome. His dad had like this like shed in the back, and he
Who
built
was
a
this
CrossFit
guy?
gym. I think it was called CrossFit Naples, if I'm not mistaken. I got to look it up. I've been to so many CrossFit gyms, I can't remember any of them now. How many gyms do you think you've been to in your lifetime?
In my lifetime, CrossFit included, probably about 50 to 75. But if I had to guess in total, probably triple that.
Yeah, it's pretty weird going to different cities and having to work out. But
How did this have anything to do with our Ultra?
it doesn't. We don't have to just talk about the Ultra. Oh my God, the static. Oh my God, this is just, I feel like I want to quit the show right now because of my own issues. I promise you, listeners, this will never happen again. I will never have a static issue again because I'm throwing out every microphone cord I have and every microphone and buying all new stuff.
Maybe if you didn't spend such like bare minimum budget on this shit.
No, I buy good stuff. That's the Zoom H6n is the top podcasting recorder there is.
I'm starting my own podcast, and I guarantee I'm going to get way more hits than you.
I don't think you will.
I'm just going to be honest. People want to hear me above you.
No, they don't.
And your guests are half-assed.
I'm not going to lie to you, Hunter. Yours are some of our lowest rated episodes. I'll show you.
I don't mind listening to it. I'm just going to let you know.
Statistically speaking, your episodes are probably our lowest rated.
I'm going to let you know that you got half-assed members and you got half-assed conversations.
You don't provide any good information.
I'm honest. That's the thing that people need to hear the most.
People want to know stuff like, how do you train?
Who gives a
What
flying
do you
fuck
eat?
what Ben Greenfield
How do you
has to say? Nobody has the money to inject things into their penis and fly to Switzerland and have blood transfusions and shit. And then your buddy Dylan, who's telling you to do some fucking kind of crazy fringe diet that nobody can afford to have the time or money for, is ever going to pull it off. And then you got people like Crazy Bobby who's like, take your fucking shoes off and then sign your butthole with this crystal on top of it. Well, you put needles in your eyes with some kind of voodoo crystals. Like, none of that shit makes sense. Not one of your fucking listeners could do any of these things. I am practical. I am very practical. I will tell you guys the most honest way to get something done in the shortest time possible and the healthiest way possible.
So how do you do a handstand walk after you do 60 push presses?
Well, I would say most importantly, if you're training for the games, don't spend all your time in the gym. That was my biggest mistake.
You really think so?
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. All I did was spend time in a gym.
And you think you would have done better?
Yeah, man, the turf was the biggest deal.
Oh, that's going to be your excuse?
It's not an excuse.
What
about Theodopoulos, your fucking gigantic boner cake of a boyfriend from Greece who's such a badass, and all of a sudden he shows up at the CrossFit Games and he sucks a huge dick?
How about...
okay, what about all the other CrossFit Games athletes that showed up that didn't even do nearly as well as I did?
So, I did a caption contest. I posted a picture of you collapsing in the handstand, and I said, caption this, and the winner gets a Wadcast podcast hat. Wadcast podcast hat. And the winner's caption was, I think it was something like 9/11, Hunter doing his best 9/11 never forget.
I don't get how that makes any sense.
Because you were collapsing. It was like you were in mid-collapse of your handstand.
Oh.
That one made me really laugh. Really, really hard.
But it also goes to show you have too much time on your hands.
No, I don't.
You do.
Okay, maybe I do. I'm on airplanes a lot. I'm in hotels a lot. I've got a wife who doesn't speak to me. I've got 2 kids that don't want me around.
It's true. All true.
All true. Speaking of which, I've got to get back to this too soon.
Raising a demon.
She is. In fact, they all know at school about how she doesn't like you. And I went into her school today, and I said, I was talking to them all, and they're going to stop by. The whole school's going to stop by on Canyon Road, say hi to us when we go by.
There's no way.
I swear to God. All the little kids, they're bringing them. Hope you don't have like a Megan's Law thing against you or something.
What's that?
It's a child molester thing.
Oof.
So I'm talking to them all, and I'm telling them about that I had to pick you up at the airport. And I go, watch this. I go, hey, Izzy, I'll come pick you up at the end of the day, and you and I will go to the airport and pick up Hunter. She turns around, she goes, no, and stomps her foot. She asked Bobby to dress up like a scary clown. We should get Thai food.
I would do that.
Do you want to get that?
No, I don't want to get diarrhea before this mission.
That's a good idea. Diarrhea would probably be a bad idea. She asked Bobby to dress up in an evil clown suit, and jump out on the trails and scare you.
I'd kill Bobby.
Bobby won the last fight.
Bobby didn't win the last fight.
He did.
We both know that he didn't win the last fight. He decided to break my nose because he's old and feeble.
Wow.
It'd be like me and you getting in a fight, and then just me coming over and poking your eye really hard and being like, you want to continue?
I think that's called winning.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I think it is.
You guys both grew up in trashy parts of the East Coast. You grew up in Pittsburgh, which is basically the butthole of the East Coast. And then he grew up on Long Island, which was basically meant to be fractured off of New York City and then pushed out to sea and then swamped over by the rest of the ocean, but somehow stuck around.
So you grew up a rich kid in Connecticut.
No,
I
didn't.
Your whole life pampered.
This has nothing to do with money. I just grew up from good stock, good people, level-headed.
No, you didn't. Wasn't your dad like an evangelist or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good people.
Great people. You grew up in a fucking mining town.
It's not a mining town, it's a steel town.
It's a mining town.
Steel town. We're hunkies. We're
you
Hungarians.
mine for steel, you goon.
We're the strongest people in the world. We put out more football players, more Heisman Trophy winners than, I don't know if that's a fake statistic I'm making up, but
those have nothing to do with success in life. It's just you guys standing between goalposts and running up and down with helmets.
Yeah, tough, strong.
And there's nothing redeeming about anything that happens on Long Island.
Well, let's talk about Connecticut. What happens there? Just the people that have robbed the entire country of all their wealth.
It's the Liberty State. It is the Liberty State.
Sure, because they want freedom because they've stolen everybody else's money. And
the state insect is a praying mantis. The state bird is a robin. These are all staples in our great nation.
Anybody that knows those things is so feminine that
they
cover it up by running obstacle course races.
I don't know. You gonna bring up some of your old statistics about how you used to run really fast and jump over hurdles?
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna?
Come on, bring it back up.
You have.
Bring it back up so you can compare it to me in actual athletic endeavors that I've accomplished
in a fake sport.
Oh no! I actually make money doing what I do. You never made money doing what you do. And now you travel around the country and you spend time in venues that hold maybe like 20 picnic tables and you tell jokes to people that, they don't got much else to do with their time. So, if you want to play tit for tat, I've got a lot of time.
So, listen, we're going back. This is like that episode, the lost episode that we recorded, and we did this, and I said a lot of things that day that I felt bad about, and I'm going to say them again. You're a pool boy for a couple gay guys that you have to walk around shirtless. That's how much money you make. That you can't even pay rent. You just walk around some gay rich man's place. You're his Kato Caitlin.
The great thing is I do have that situation, but I also have multiple apartments around the country that I can go vacation at whenever I want. It's pretty good.
That's how drug dealers are.
Yeah. So you know what? I just took a page out of their book, and now I'm enjoying myself. You live in the crummiest part of Malibu. It's like a rat's nest in between all of the trees and canyons.
It's called Malabama.
It is Malabama, and we know it very well. Like, don't fly that flag too high.
I love Malabama.
Yeah.
I only live, a half mile away from Will Smith? And
there's a huge difference between where you live, dude. There's sewer drains at the corner of every single major part of the nice cities. You're in the sewer drain. They're above ground.
Liam from One Direction. You live on a mountain away from everybody because nobody wants you around.
Oh, sorry. We own an entire mountaintop overlooking the ocean?
So now you're saying we, which makes you a couple.
I am literally 3 years away from having squatters' rights. So shut the fuck up.
You are in a common law marriage, I think.
I hope that I am. It's not a fucking bad deal.
We should eat there.
You talking about the poo burritos?
They're the best burritos in the world.
I've had them. Lily's burritos always give me indigestion.
Lily's sucks. I have no. If I'm going to trash something, I'm going to trash a Lily's. Don't ever get a Lily's burrito in Malibu. It's full of beans. It's all it is. It's just bean. Malibu Country Kitchen might be the best burrito in the world. Sausage, bacon, egg, cheese, home fries, all in the burrito. Talk about eating healthy. I get avocado in there too. I'm getting hungry. Where are we gonna eat now?
We're going to Whole Foods.
Okay, we're gonna go to Whole Foods and spend whole paycheck. It's I'm not a big fan of this Whole Foods because they put we have a little local grocer called PC Greens, which is for Pacific Coast greens, and it is a really, really nice organic grocery store owned by a mom and pop kind of thing. And Whole Foods just moved in less than a year ago, and they're already out of business because everybody, like Hunter, started moving over to the corporation, and they didn't care about the small business.
Dude, I don't mind PC Greens, but it's like every single time I go in there, the prices are astounding.
They are pretty bad.
It's like kombucha, $7.
Who drinks kombucha?
I love the booch.
Do you ever drink fermented, like the kombucha that has alcohol in it?
Yeah, I love that too.
Is it? Will it get you fucked up?
No, but if you're like Lindsay Lohan, you have like 30 in a row, you can get away with a DUI.
My buddy is a part owner of June Shine, and it's a kombucha company down in San Diego.
The butcher.
And I don't know why they get such a boner over it. What's so good about it? What's so good about fermented kombucha? Or it's all fermented, but the one that has alcohol.
Well, the one is JT's, and they put alcohol in it.
And so, is it like drinking a healthy alcohol drink?
I don't fully know. I mean, I don't really know if kombucha actually does as much as it does for you. But having those bubbles, like I stopped drinking for almost like 6 to 8 months at one point, where I just only drank kombucha, and it was like very satisfying.
I had the White Claw.
I love White Claw
for the first time.
The Claw is the greatest.
It's just like drinking. It's like drinking a sparkling water.
There ain't no law when you drink the Claw.
You're getting drunk without even knowing it. It's kind of creepy.
I can have like 50, and then all of a sudden I'm on a magic carpet.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Did we drive by PC Greens? It doesn't exist anymore? No, it's right here.
You sure it's shut down?
I'm almost positive. Almost positive. So it's so funny where I picked Hunter up at REI. Is where pretty much close to where we're starting the run.
Yeah.
And then when I drop Hunter off, we won't even be we're halfway there. And
PC Greens is open.
Nope, it's closed down.
Oh fuck, dude, you're right.
So when we get to like your house, we're halfway there, and we've just driven and done a whole podcast.
Well, you have to account for LA traffic and stuff. I'm going to be like an insane like horse rider whipping you guys. We got to get this thing done in 18 hours. That would be fucking awesome.
It's 5:30 right now. Look how dark it is.
That would mean that we have just under 5 hours left.
At this time?
Yes.
Oh, 5 hours at this time.
So 1 o'clock until noon, that's 11 hours. And then we want to get done in another 7. So we finish like 7 or 8 o'clock. We finish in 18 to 19 hours.
Now, do you think I should make this an annual event and see if I can get, like, always when you start something, you get I had a lot of people contact me that wanted to do it, but I was like...
Oh, dude, it'd be great to have it be an annual event. You probably don't want to run it every year, but we could help with the aid stations and get people to donate money for charity.
It's a good idea. It would be funny because how does no one do this? This trail's one of the best
I've done it. This will be the third time this is the third time I've done it straight through.
But you stopped.
I stopped the running day.
You didn't stop on the mountain bike?
No.
Well, maybe we'll make it I doubt it, but maybe we'll make it the annual Wadcast Podcast Ultra Marathon, and we'll do it for a charity. Maybe we'll get I bet you so many of these like rich, crazy Malibu people would love to get involved. Crazy celebrity athletes want to get involved. It's just cool. I was reading about ultra racing, listening to Born to Run. They were talking about how it's become one of the most popular sporting events in America. It's like, how many psychos are out there?
They don't get a lot of numbers, but they get a lot of street cred.
Well, it's just like, because every single person I told I'm doing this is like, you're an idiot. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, but then you have that great story, and everyone wants to be like, oh, Eddie, tell us that story about when you did that crazy thing again.
Yeah.
Because everyone's pussies.
Everyone is pussies. My sister called me and was like, you shouldn't do this. You have children. This is a really bad idea.
What do you think's going to happen? You walk for 20 hours.
Yeah.
It's like, it's more acceptable to sit on the couch and drink all night long rather than actually go take care of yourself and try something hard.
One guy was like, hey, my buddy who's my insurance agent said, how's your life insurance? He was trying to sell me a policy, I think. He goes, in case you fall off a cliff.
What?
I'm like, who's going to fall off a cliff?
Slap that bitch.
All right, well, listen. I know this was a really kind of staticky, weird, shitty kind of episode where I had to do an episode. I wasn't going to do one, so this is like a free episode. Every episode's free, but I wasn't going to do one this week, and I thought this is kind of funny. I'm picking Hunter up at the airport, and we'll talk about it because this is like we had a lot to prepare for and a lot to do, and I couldn't really. Can you fucking Jesus listen?
Oh, dynamite!
I'm just going to end the show. This is the best show I've ever done with all the static, noises, everything. Thanks for listening. Follow us tomorrow on my Instagram at Eddie Ift or Hunter at Hunt the Sheriff, and we're going to be posting lots of. That's Friday night, starting 1 in the morning. We're going to be posting lots of stuff on our Instagram stories while we run around this crazy mountains. And
don't feel pain.
Check all my tour dates out at eddieift.com. You can see Hunter making $2,000 a week at High Rocks if he wins. So that means he'll probably win like once or twice out of like 10 events. And that's it. All right. Thanks for listening, and good night, everybody. Wish us luck.